Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be talking about arrays in Java. Let's begin. What is an array? Now, an array is used to store a collection of data, or in other words, we can say that an array is a simple data structure in Java which is used to store a fixed size sequential collection of elements having the same data type. Alright. Now, once an array is created, its size is fixed, and further we'll be using an array reference variable to access all the elements inside the array by using the corresponding index value. Okay, so in order to use an array in a program, you must declare a variable to reference the array and specify the array's element type. Alright, so the element type can be any data type, and all elements in the array will be having the same data type. Okay, so let me show you an example over here. I'll be saying that int having square braces, opening and closing square braces, and I'll be giving a variable name as number, alright, which is the array reference variable. So in this statement where I declare an array variable, alright, so this is the syntax of declaring an array variable. Okay, so here my element type is int. That determines that every element inside my array will be having the data type as integer. Alright, so every element will be of integer data type, and further, in order to access all the elements by their index value, I'll be using the reference variable as number. So number is my reference variable by which I'll be accessing all the elements. Alright, so after we declare an array variable, it's time to create an array. Alright, so in order to create an array, we'll be going through this syntax, that is element type with square braces. We'll be specifying the array reference variable, and further we'll be saying that equals to new, which is an operator, and then I'll be saying that element type, and inside the square braces will be determining the size of the array. That means how many number of elements the array will contain, the array can contain. Okay, I'm sorry, how many number of elements that one array can contain is determined by the size of the array. So in order to create an array, I'll be saying that int number equals to new int 10. Alright, so this statement is used to create an array. So I have successfully created an array. Now this statement does two things. Now first of all, it creates an array using the new element type which is having the size of the array. Alright, and second, it assigns the reference of the newly created array to the variable, that is the array reference variable, that is the number. Alright, so if I would say that in order to initialize this array, I'll be saying number with index value 0 is equal to 1. That means the first element which will be having an index value of 0. So the index value will be starting from 0. So the first element in my array is 1. So let me just copy this statement and paste it a few more times, and I'll be changing the index value to say 1, 2, 3 and 4. So my array will be containing 5 elements. Alright, so let me just specify the array size over here, that is 5. Alright, and I'll be saying that 2, 3, 4, I'm sorry, 4 and 5. What's happening over? Okay, so at the index value of 0, so the first element of my array will be 1. Now if I would just say that system.out.println number 0, alright, so if I would run this program, you can press Ctrl Shift F10, alright, which is this shortcut, or you can go over here to this run and say run arrays. Alright, you can see in my console the output is 1 because I have specified that the first element of my array is 1. Alright, Now in Java there is something called as an array initializer. All right, so the array initializer is something which is, we can say that, a shorthand notation in Java which contains the declaration, the creation and the initialization of an array in one statement. So instead of initializing the array, so at first we created the array variable, and further we created at first we declared the array variable, and then after that we created an array. We initialized the array elements by this code snippet. So instead of writing this whole code, we can write only one statement for creating our array. All right, so let me show you that how to do it. So let me just comment this code snippet over here. I'll be saying that int number equals to, instead of using this new int and specifying the size of the array, I'll be using curly braces, and inside the curly braces I'll be saying that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So my array size is 10 because it contains 10 elements. All right, so 0 1 2, all right, so so it contains 10 elements now. So now the elements number is 10, so the array size is set to 10. All right, now if I would say that if I want to print this array, I'll be using a for loop. Okay, so I'll be saying that for int I equals 0. all right, I'll be saying that I less than equal to I'll be using the array reference variable, so number dot length. All right, so dot length is the size of the array, which will be determining the size of the array, that is 10, and I plus plus. And inside my for block, I'll be saying that system.out.println I. So now if I would run my program, so in my console you can see all the elements inside the array will be printed out. You can see 0 1 2 3 4 and 5 6 up to 10. So because I have specified that the value of I will be 0, if I would say less than number.length, so let us run this program and check this out. So you can see that the numbers that are printed to my console are 0 1 2 3, because I have specified that my array size is 10, that is number.length is 10, because my array is containing 10 elements. all right, over here that is 10 elements, and all the 10 elements are printed to my console over here, that is ranging from 0 to 9. all right, now this video was about how to declare array variables and how to create arrays. And further I talked about the array initializers, that is a shorthand notation in Java which combines the declaration, the creation and the initialization of the array. all right, so thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.